Today's episode is sponsored by Mind of AK. For the greatest custom sculptures, go to Mind of AK on Twitter and Instagram. And by the Dangerous Jobbers Podcast on Spotify, and visit their website at dangerousjobberswebsite.com. Oh boy, today was a hell of a day. Folks, the Isaiah Wolf has challenged the legendary, the one and only Ron Starr for the ProWrestling R Championship. And in our first women's match in ProWrestling R, Gabby Ortiz shook up the world, got her first win. Oh, and it was a hell of a day. Sunday, wrestlers, wrestling fans, this is the All About Wrestling podcast. We are in the building. I'm here, and we are here to discuss lots of things going on in the world of wrestling. If you've been under a rock, or if you don't know, we're talking about Alberto Del Rio getting the bag with UFC. All right, he had trials and tribulations, but folks, he has overcome them. All right, we're also talking about Ricardo Rodriguez. How ironic, his former manager in WWE. All right, unfortunately, he's going back to rehab. I'm joined by my beautiful co-host, the one, the only, the lovely, Amor. How are you?
Hello. How are you today? How's everyone out there? Did you see that event today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was pretty cool. The lights were out. The other lights were on, you know. It was pretty nice. I really enjoyed it.
It was cool.
It was. And I was excited to see more wrestlers. So that means that ProWrestler R is expanding and they are adding to their roster. So that's really nice to see, especially being there and able to see their first ever women's wrestling match.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was super cool. And they had a pretty great match. I mean, we saw some really great wrestlers.
Right.
Our first women wrestlers there, so that was exciting for me. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself, and the audience even grew, so that's exciting.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
It was. If you came out, if you were in the area, and if you came out with your family, I'm pretty sure you enjoyed it. That's no doubt about it. So thanks for coming.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm really looking forward to all these interviews we got lined up, folks. We have
interviews, but let's kind of shed some light on ProWrestling R. Where can we find them?
Okay, so ProWrestling R, you can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Instagram. ProWrestling R. ProWrestling, the R stands for Revolution. All right.
Nice.
So you don't want to miss these guys, man. If
you're a wrestling fan, you want to look them up. It's a pretty great show.
It is. It's awesome.
Yes.
All right. So how's your day, Amor? How you feeling?
My day is pretty great. I mean, I have a really good surprise for you all for Women of Wrestling today. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. So let's go with our top 5 for the week. It's been a busy week in wrestling. Let's talk about it. All right. Man, I got so much to talk about from this week.
Oh, can I say something before you start?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I want you guys to see my shirt. We both got new shirts, by the way. Hold on.
Boom Harden.
Yeah, so this is a Boom Harden shirt. Look how cool that is. It's such a great looking shirt. I like the colors. I like the design. Yes, the wrestler is great. I love supporting wrestlers.
All right, hold on. Now I got to show mine.
Yeah, you have to show yours. Come on.
All right. Folks, give me a second. Come on, man. You know it. Ron Starr.
Ron
You know what I'm
Starr.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
The one and only.
You already know.
Yes.
I took your line. You already know. Dangerous Jobbers podcast is in the building. We'll definitely check them out. Yeah, check them out.
Yes.
A lot of talent, and I'm pretty sure they would love to hop on your podcast. Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, I love the wrestlers there. We've had quite a few of them already on our podcast, and they're really nice. You know, they're down to earth guys. They're from the 215 and the 856. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I mean, and some are from New York. Like, they're from like, you know, all areas. So it's pretty nice just to see the variety and just like mostly the hometown. And you know, we come to you live from the 215 every week. So there it is.
There it is. All right, Mr. Spades is in the building. What's up? What's up? All right, let's talk about the top 5. So number 5. All right, and mind you, these were highlights that I thought were significant. Okay, I'm pretty sure there were more. If you see something that's not on here, feel free to leave it in a live chat and we'll discuss it. All right, so number 5, Edge has a new entrance. All right, if you missed it, I thought this was iconic because one, it reinvigorates Edge's character. I always thought Edge was a better heel, a better bad guy. He comes out, the lights go out, first of all. So when it first happened, I'm like, all right, who's this? You know, and I'm asking, all right, is it Cody Rhodes? We're not talking about Cody Rhodes, all right? I'll explain that later. All right. So the lights go out, spotlight comes on, and you hear a man say, "You think you know me," right? You think you know me.
Yeah.
And then Edge steps out. I'm like, oh, this is great. He
Well,
comes
you know
out.
it was Edge because it was his voice.
Yeah, it was. It was his voice.
His voice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Spade says he loved it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, I like to see something different. Like, I like that WWE is spicing it up. Like, I love that he's such an old wrestler. He still looks good. For me, I'm young, okay? He's still an old wrestler. And he looks great, and he's spicing himself up, and he's becoming something a little different than what everyone is used to. And I think sometimes just good guys are great bad guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know what? He's definitely a greater bad guy. The way he was talking, you can it just felt natural, you know?
Yes.
So that's something to look forward to. Definitely reinvigorates him. It gives him a charge. I can expect Edge to be around a lot longer than expected. All right.
I like beer, you guys.
All right.
Yummy.
Number 4. Pat McAfee apologizes to Austin Theory. He apologizes to him because he's a punk bitch. What are your thoughts, Amor?
Oh man. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about that.
It's gonna be a great WrestleMania match.
I mean, I think it's going to be a good match. Austin Theory is always good to watch. He's very entertaining.
Yeah, he is.
He does the selfies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a selfie guy.
And you know what? His response to being humiliated, he pulled out his phone and he walked up and he took a selfie of Pat McAfee and himself after he called him a punk B. So, I mean, I was hoping for the whole Vince McMahon versus Pat McAfee, but we all know, like, Vince McMahon's much older. He still may get involved somehow physically if he pops up. It's WrestleMania, so we don't know what to expect. It could be a surprise.
Well, let's hope we don't know what to expect, because then that's when we're looking forward to something.
Right. Number 3. Wow. Folks, Chris Jericho is a genius because he knows how to pull on the heartstrings of wrestling fans everywhere. If you did not see AEW Dynamite this week, Chris Jericho comes out. Mind you, he's a part of the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society. Okay, he's no longer a part of the Inner Circle. That's done. He comes out. He addresses the fans for the first time since becoming what he is now. And he says a statement that really made me angry. And I'll admit it. I'm usually objective, and I love objective perspectives, but however, I was subjective because Chris Jericho is a genius. He says, and I quote, "I am not a wrestler. I'm a sports entertainer." Boy, did he bait the fans. Boy, did he make everyone get angry and disgusted with that statement. Because if you're a true wrestling fan, and if you are if you love wrestling to the core, to the bottom of your heart, we believe wrestling is a professional sport. We know about kayfabe. We know about the other things that are associated with the sport. However, sports entertainer was a slap to the face. All right, especially if you're an AEW fan. I just had to get that off my chest.
He needed to rant. That's why I just kind of looked down like, okay, we're going to be here for a while.
He's a genius. He's a genius because...
He is, because he knows exactly what to do.
Right.
He's very, very intelligent. He knows, the things that he needs to do to turn on the type of edge that he's looking for.
Yeah, in one statement, you just hate it. Like, you come out, everyone's singing your song. They know you're a bad guy. They know that.
And they
know
like it.
They're singing a song. Like, all right, after he said that statement, his music hit, he left the ring. Nobody was singing Judas anymore. It goes to show you.
I think this is something that is going to blow over. Like,
No. This is going to make everyone like not legitimately as in like, I'm going to find you, I'm going to hunt you down.
Oh my goodness.
But this is going to make...
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I get it. It's kind of like why would you say that? Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, Mr. Spade, Jericho is the GOAT.
I think it's funny though. He is. He really is. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is all a show.
All right, number 2. You ready?
Yeah.
Number 2. Brock Lesnar forklifts the Bloodlines SUV.
That's funny as shit, yo.
It is. If the Attitude Era, we remember Stone Cold driving to the ring with a beer truck spraying beer. We remember Kurt Angle doing the same thing with a milk truck.
It's crazy because I was just about to say shit and then I wasn't gonna say it. That's why I said it so low, because I was like, oh man, they're gonna like block us.
Well, the YouTube algorithm. You just can't say something like that 10 times in a row.
I get it. I'm just saying, I thought it was funny, but I guess
because we're monetized now.
Yeah, look at us.
Look at us. All right. Yo,
dance party.
If you saw SmackDown, Brock Lesnar comes in. Mind you, they all thought that he wasn't there. They're talking trash in the ring. Brock Lesnar does show up. They leave. They're trying to get away in their SUV. He comes up in some kind of like, not just a forklift, some kind of super heavyweight industrial forklift, like 3 times the size of a regular forklift, drives into their SUV. They get out. He picks the car up, tips the car over, gets out, tries to attack them, pull them out of the car. He rips the car door off the door. It's just chaos. Crazy. Definitely looking forward to that match. By the way, thank you, Mr. Spades. Thank you. By the way, if anyone can get their hands on, I saw an article. They're trying to they alleged that there was a design for the Unification Championship, but it wasn't really a design. If you guys can send us or email us a sign or an image of this championship, I want to know what it looks like. All right, number one. Closer
to women of wrestling.
To the ladies. Thunder Rosa wins the AEW Women's Championship.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Number one.
Man, this is huge.
Number one. It's us women. We're amazing.
It was a cage match. It was brutal. Well-deserved. Britt Baker dethroned. No more the AEW Women's Champion. Thunder Rosa. How do you feel about that, Amor?
I love it. I agree.
It's pretty cool.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
It is amazing.
All right. Cool.
Cool
beans.
All right. Are we getting to the segment? Come on, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Ladies, we are talking about women of wrestling. So this week I decided to kind of switch it up a bit, since we all know what celebrity wrestlers information, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to know any of that stuff because it's all on Google, whatever. So I decided to change it up and let's talk about some indie wrestlers.
Oh, snap.
Indie pro wrestlers, okay? These are the underdogs. These are the women who are getting their foot into the door, women who aspire to be wrestlers. And we also have someone amazing to talk about. So I want to talk about today, her name is Knallhart. That's Knallhart. Okay. She's 25 years old. She is from West Virginia. And let me just put this up right here so I can look at my camera. Okay. She was inspired with wrestling from Max the Impaler, Awesome King, and her tag team partner, who is Talise Starseeker. Her biggest accomplishment, okay, is the first ever women's championship for Huntington Championship Wrestling. So I believe that's based out of West Virginia. And I think that's really amazing because just like other people, this is not her only job. This is something that she's passionate about, that she finds the time for. Right. She's employed at Ulta Beauty because she's very passionate about makeup. And I can relate because I love makeup, even though I really sometimes don't know what to do with it. So maybe she can teach me that. And she's just like, she's so inspiring to me because I feel like, you know, when we're passionate about things, we make sure that we make the time for it to become whatever we want to be. Right. And a lot of women sometimes don't, you know, they kind of forget and they get caught up in everyday life to take care of their kids, or it's, you know, and I think it's very amazing. And she debuted in July of 2021. So for a short period of time, she's a great wrestler. She inspires women. She helps them, you know, we help women in so many different ways, whether it be beauty or mentally or daily affirmations. Right. This is where she's built from, deep within the hearts that have hurt me my whole life.
Wow, that's cool. And
this is quote unquote her speaking. And I thought that was very amazing that she said that. So I personally reached out to her and asked her these questions because I want women out there to know, you know, there are women like you out there. If this is something that you want to do, if this is something that you aspire to do, it can be wrestling, it can be anything, you can do it. You have to be passionate, and you have to be dedicated, and you have to be willing to sacrifice. So she works at Ulta Beauty. If you're in Ulta Beauty in West Virginia and you see her, you know, give her a shout out. Say, hey, girl. And there's another question that was very special to me that I decided to ask her as well. I asked her if there's anything that you want aspiring women wrestlers to know out there, just to hear what you have to say. She said, it is not easy. You're going to want to quit, but success doesn't come easy, and it's a long road as it is hard. Keep fighting, keep going, don't give up. And most importantly, don't be sorry. Be you and stand up for what you believe in. Learn the game so well that you never lose.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. I mean, well said. You can find her on her Instagram at Knallhart_0. You can find her on Twitter at Knallhart_0. You can find her on Facebook at Knallhart _TB as in boy. And you can find her on TikTok at Knallhart _0. So if you are a wrestling fan, go follow her, go support her, go check out her wrestling. She's great. She's women motivating, empowering. I love it. I'm so happy to talk about her today.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Yay! That
Great
was
job.
Beautiful.
That's cool. Knallhart.
See, okay, I have to say, with adding that to my segments, now I feel complete.
Ah, there we go.
Completa, okay?
Oh, yes. Snap. Oh, snap.
Beautiful.
Just talking Spanish, folks.
Okay. Let's keep
right.
going.
All right. Hey, all right. So let's talk about all right. So Cody Rhodes, I'm not talking about him. We knew he was
No,
gonna
we're not talking about that.
we knew he was gonna go to WWE. It's no need. I'm pretty sure everybody's talking about it.
My question is, let's say I want to say something on that.
Okay.
Was this all a setup?
What do you mean?
Was this the plan all along? Was this the plan to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to try to do something else so WWE will want me again.
Oh. That's a low blow.
No, it's not. Because, first of all, when he started initially, he was wrestling more. And then as the year went by, he slowly but surely got out of the ring.
Well, in his defense.
No defense. I don't want to hear it. Everybody
he was busy with the show. He was doing a lot of filming for the big show.
He said, Mr. Spades, you are funny. He said, y'all are salty about Cody. You damn right we salty. I mean, I'm salty because I didn't want that. That was just me. Us women, we want to get what we want all the time.
This is like pro sports. Like, you got two big teams, and it's just like you have many teams, but you have you have your 76ers over here, and you got your your Lakers over here, and it's like, damn. And then there's all these other teams, and it's like, damn, you root for a team, and then you want one team to do good, and you want one team to do not so good because they've just.
Listen, I didn't want to see Cody Rhodes go to WWE. I just didn't. I think. I don't really know what the situation was. I mean, us fans, we only know what is told to us. So it's not like we really know.
Yeah.
What's going on behind closed doors.
That's true.
Sorry.
That's true.
However, I really didn't want to see Cody go there. I think I'm not going to say too good because who was I talking to today?
He's not loyal.
Oh, no, I was talking to someone else, but we were saying he's not loyal. When was he loyal to begin with? He was with WWE. I mean, okay, hold on. I was talking to someone and we were discussing how at some point, or, with Bobby, how everyone wants to go to WWE in some point in their career. And I said, well, how do you really know that people really want to do that? Because they have the Hall of Fame, he said. And I was like, okay, well, that's a good point. But what if somebody wants to be different? What if they don't want to go to WWE? I mean, wouldn't you still want to be in a place like AEW? Because I feel like WWE and AEW are in a totally different category. And if we took away the years of experience that WWE has and all the history that WWE has and compared them to AEW on the same time level, who would be better? Who would succeed?
Well, good point. And speaking of that, there is one person that I know off the top of my mind. I'm pretty sure the viewers can relate. One person who actually we may never see in WWE, and he turned down WWE. He's probably one of, if not the best wrestler in the world. Do you know who I'm talking about?
The Rock.
No, I'm not talking about The Rock.
I'm not even gonna do it.
Starts with a K. Kenny Omega.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about Kenny Omega.
Ask y'all if y'all smell what The Rock is cooking.
Oh gosh, she loved The Rock, by the way. Kenny Omega, his AEW return still unknown. All right, he's recovering from knee surgery. From what we understand, he's had multiple nagging injuries because he's a workhorse. Okay.
A workhorse.
Are you guys ready to see Kenny Omega return, or just chill, relax, recover, because we want you at your best? All right, Mr. Spade, serious question. Do you think fans will pop when he comes out, and will he reuse smoke and mirrors? All right, so this is talking about Cody Rhodes. Of course they will. I mean, if you're a hardcore WWE fan, this is a win. I mean, to have him back at WrestleMania, one of the biggest wrestling shows of the year, he comes out. By the way, if he fights Seth Rollins, That's an instant 5-star classic. Instant.
Hold on. You said if he fights Seth Rollins,
Yeah, because
Kenny Omega.
No, Cody.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where the angle's going. Seth Rollins doesn't have a WrestleMania opponent. Everybody's.
I feel bittersweet about that. Like, I feel like you're saying it, and I think when I actually see him in WWE, it's gonna be like, whoa, what's going on?
Man, but look.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
But look. Here's the good in this, right? We know the forbidden door is open. I think AEW's policy of being able to work in other places might work against them.
Yo, listen.
Because
I think when he comes out, are we talking about that?
No,
okay, Mr. Spade said, what do you think the fans will pop when he comes out? Okay, that's what I'm saying.
What's going on?
Sorry, one and done.
Listen.
Hold on, can I say something? The fans are gonna go freaking nuts. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
I'll be like, yeah, Cody.
The forbidden door. We talk about that. We talk about there was something that Paul Heyman posted. He posted a picture of, and I'm pretty sure the viewers may have saw this. All right. Maybe a spoiler prediction. He took a picture of wrestling figures, and he had what's his name? Roman Reigns standing high with both belts in his hand, standing on top of Brock Lesnar, you know, like as if he won the match, right? But way in the corner of this picture, there was an action figure of Jon Moxley just leaning against the entrance. Why would he do that? Is there a chance that Jon Moxley might show up? All right, because he's allowed to. There's no prohibitions. In AEW, you can go, you can work on the side, you can work for other companies. Could you imagine if Paul Heyman's trolling us, if he's giving us a bit of a spoiler? How significant would that be? Because you have Cody Rhodes there. He's already signed. It's a done deal. But then you have Jon Moxley potentially showing up. Would that be crazy, or is he just messing with the fans? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts in the live chat?
I think that would be super crazy, but I think I would enjoy it.
I would too. Like,
oh man, that would be like that's like a dream come true. No, I think I would enjoy it. I mean, who cares? Maybe it should happen. Hey, I can't see the chat. My computer died, but you can read it to me, Bobby.
Really? No, okay.
If it's important enough.
Oh man, shots fired, Mr. Spades.
Oh man, no,
Spades.
I'm not talking about you, Mr. Spades.
Mr. Spades, we're gonna invite you down here.
One day, you gotta come down here live in the studio.
By the way,
we're
folks,
actually moving.
Yeah, this potentially, maybe there's a great chance this may be our last.
Not that you guys even notice the difference, but you know our backgrounds are gonna be different.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a bar behind me. You get it? Bar. Hey. No, I'm just playing.
Gosh.
I'm just playing with y'all. Come on.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about our first topic, okay? Alberto Del Rio. Get in the bag. All right? Set to be an announcer for UFC. All right, folks. We talked about Alberto Del Rio months ago on a previous episode where he was alleged to have done some kidnapping. He was charged with kidnapping and some type of sexual misconduct. All right, he's been cleared. All right, this was all, proven in a court of law that he did no wrongdoing. All right, so he's out and he's getting the bag. He has a prior history with mixed martial arts, and he's going to UFC. Good for him. Good for him. He was facing several charges of sexual assault. They were all dropped. He's a 4-time world champion, 2-time WWE United States champion. He's also a Royal Rumble winner. Did you know that, Amor?
No, I didn't know that.
He's prior experience in the world of MMA. He's competed with Pride Fighting Championships. He's took part in catchweight fight against Tito Ortiz. This is from thirstyfornews.com. I'm excited to see him in UFC. I'm excited to see that he cleared his name. For our viewers, for our live chat participants, and here's a question. Here's a deep dive. Let's mentally massage this here. Have you ever been accused of sexual misconduct? I'll wait. Just type yes, type no.
Who's gonna type that? Nobody's gonna say that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what the heck? Why would you tell? Why would you?
I mean, listen,
Nobody who does that is gonna tell someone that they did that.
Yo, listen, we're all human. Listen.
I mean, no.
Wrestlers, I'm pretty sure we know.
Well, wrestlers.
Hold on.
Do we have any wrestlers in the chat?
Wrestlers, wrestling fans, we're all human. I'm pretty sure if listen, we've seen people's lives been altered because of accusations.
I have to say, I feel like back in the day, like there could have been more scenarios where that would have been possible, because when I was a child growing up watching wrestling, and we're talking about the 90s, there was a lot of scenarios where I remember as a child that was very inappropriate, and they didn't respect women the way that they do now then. So, yeah, like, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of like old stories of like executives.
You can see it like just like raw on television, like, whoa. They would never do that now unless it was like a twerking contest. Like, I mean, would they even do that? I feel like it's just like a different level now, because there are all those, Me Too movements and things like that in place for sexual harassment.
Was there a poll, folks? Was there a poll in the live chat? I'm pretty sure there was, unless it disappeared. I made a poll, and I was trying to see if this worked, if it actually came up. There was a poll there like for days.
So who's in the chat? Tell us where you are.
Where you from?
Live from the 215. Where y'all from?
What's your location? Where you
Tell
at?
us where you from? Where you tuning in from? Yeah, I think this was a really good show tonight.
We're not done.
No, I know we're not done. No, I'm not trying to get out of here. I just want to talk. Can I talk for a little bit? Like, you have your script all written out. Can I just talk for a little bit?
No script there? There's no script here.
I'm just saying, you sound like a robot. But let me just talk for a little bit, all right?
Okay, you got it.
We had a really great day today. We were able to enjoy some raw, like, underground wrestling. Like, this was like up and coming, a ProWrestling R. We saw a lot of amazing wrestlers. So like I said, I have a Boom Harden shirt on.
Yeah.
Bobby Wrestles has a ProWrestling R shirt on.
I have a Ron Starr.
Damn. He's the champion right now, the heavyweight champion. We saw, who did we see? The Bonnet Club. We saw Tony Leyenda.
Tony Leyendo.
Hold up. Man, you got to call us up with that. He changed his name on us.
Oh, we got to get him on the show now.
Leyenda.
We had Gabby Ortiz.
Ortiz for the first ProWrestling R women's wrestling match.
Yes.
And she took the win on that. And who was her opponent? Come on, Bobby.
Man, you got me on the spot, man. I got so much stuff in my head.
Women are the most important creatures on the world.
They are. Yeah.
Who do we have? Come on, tell me, what's her name?
Hold on, give me a second here. Got like a lot of stuff going on here.
Her opponent, who was very worthy opponent.
We saw Cash Money Simon.
Oh, can you tell me her name first before you start?
Can you give me a second?
Yeah, I want her name first.
All right, but you're gonna have to wait because
I'm gonna relax.
All right, folks.
All right, so like I said, it was a very, very good. Who else did we see? We saw let me go on the page. This guy. Adam Kane,
who was on the show. Tony Leyenda, Isaiah Wolf.
Damaris Dawkins.
That's
the other woman wrestler that was in their first
My
women's
apologies
wrestling
to you,
match.
Damaris Dawkins. We're going to have you on the show. We'll make it up to you.
Chris Barton, Isaiah Wolf, Tony Leyenda. The Bonnet Club, Adrian Bliss versus Ron Starr. That was a good match.
It was.
Yo, Adrian Bliss, he reminds me of your natural, authentic Philadelphian.
He's the sexy psycho.
He's the sexy psycho. He came up talking that smack, and then he didn't take the win. But I'm pretty sure that this is not the end of Adrian Bliss.
It's not.
So no, it's definitely not.
Then we had our Rise championship, our Rise main event match. Remember that?
Yes.
Who won?
Oh my gosh. What's his name? Jermaine. Yes, Jermaine won. Okay, we saw the Puerto Rican Ace.
Yes, Rio Roman.
We saw who else? The Throne Tag Team.
Yes. They went up against the Bonnet Club.
Well, hold on. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. DM Kidwa? I don't know. But this guy, I'm going to tell you about his outfit because he was actually one of my favorite characters. He had an African... Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
No, his character.
Yeah, he came out with the 80s music.
Yeah, but he had the African pattern.
He had like a dashiki.
Yes, I loved it. Whatever he had on, it reminds me of like that 80s, like back in the day, Boys to Men type of thing. Like, yeah, I loved it. It was cool.
You got to come out to the next event.
Yes.
Make sure, listen, we're going to post it on Instagram, all the information. Come out. It's really good. It's great for the family.
Yes.
And they're making history.
And you know, what I love is that you can see in these wrestlers that they're passionate, like they're in character, like they are showing you who they are. You're like, you know, if it's a heel or a face, and it's just really nice to see them interact with the crowd and just the energy. Like there might be some moments where you're getting bored, but you guarantee like the next minute or so you're gonna be hyped up and excited to see what's going on. So I definitely agree. Come out to the next match. If you're in the area on the East Coast and around New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York, come out. You know, it's a great family event, very inexpensive, and you're gonna enjoy yourself. There's food, there's music, there's excitement. Come out.
All right. So here's my next question. All right, we're human. Can you name someone either in your family or your work, a friend, someone that you know from your past experiences who has had a vice, whether it be alcohol, drugs, porn?
Why you say it like that? Oh my gosh,
folks! I say that.
Yeah.
We all have. Ricardo Rodriguez. All right, we just talked about.
It's an unfortunate thing, you know.
We just talked about Alberto Del Rio, Ricardo Rodriguez. He's fallen off the ladder. He's back in a rehab. This is a sensitive subject, sensitive topic. We wish him well. He was the personal ring announcer for Alberto Del Rio. Made a great pair. He was also a Spanish language commentator for WWE pay-per-views. And he's been a Spanish voice of All Elite Wrestling. In 2020, he checked into a rehab facility before, at a difficult time. He completed that stint. A year later, he celebrated 1 year of sobriety. In a recent tweet, Ricardo revealed he's once again seeking treatment to deal with his alcohol issue. I fell. Quote, I fell. I'm headed back to rehab. I'm pulling from all bookings till further notice, end quote. All right, this is from ringsidenews.com. We wish him well. I got a story. I had surgery on my foot. Remember this, Amor? Remember this? I think I'm a pretty healthy guy. I know right from wrong. A lot of times we kind of have an idea of how we're going to handle this situation, but I had firsthand experience, okay? I was prescribed what? One of those dones.
Like
oxycodone, I think it was. The dones. Methadone, oxycodone, don.
Like a Tylenol 3.
No, it was they gave me that first, it didn't work.
Okay.
Then they moved me up to the opiate, which was oxycodone.
Okay.
So I started taking it. Mind you, I was in so much pain. I was taking like a pill, one pill, right? All right, cool, it works. Then it stopped working. Or at least I thought so. I was in so much pain. I needed more. They wouldn't give me more. I understand why now. So much pain. I couldn't drive. It was my right foot. I had my mom take me up there. Mom Dukes takes me up there. I'm angry. Give me some more. I need some more pills. I'm in pain. Right? Don't laugh. This is serious.
No, I'm not. I'm only laughing because I remember something like that. So, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you when you're done.
So, so then I get another prescription, and I'm taking these pills. I ran out again. It got to the point where they wouldn't give me another prescription, right? I'm in so much pain. I need the pill. Until I didn't need the pill anymore. Then I'm scratching my head. I'm like, wait a minute.
It was because those medications are designed to.
They made me think that I was in pain.
They're designed to addict you to them because it's whatever is in them. That's why they had that documentary on the oxycodone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
this made me
Oxycontin,
right?
And which is the generic, yeah, it's really bad. It's a really bad drug, and it's such an unfortunate thing because
This made me scratch my head.
Sometimes people take this. I remember years ago, one of my friends, he went down to like Wildwood with his buddies after graduation, and they were like all chilling, and then some other crowded guys came up to him and they wound up jumping them. He got his jaw broken, so they had him on like this huge brace going around his mouth. So this guy, it's such a sad story. He was on medication and he was drinking, and since he was in that brace that he could not move when he slept, he had to lay on his back. He never woke up. So it's kind of like, it's a really sad situation because, with those medications like that, not only are you addicted to them, but if you mix them with something that is not supposed to be mixed with them, you can have an overdose. And it's just a really unfortunate thing. And I was laughing at your story because it reminded me of when I was a kid, and it was my 21st birthday, and I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth taken out, and I got put on Percocets, I think. And I was taking them like they were freaking candy. And then I went back to the dentist and I was like, look, I need more. Like, I'm in pain. And they were like, no, we can't give you any more. And I remember working in the dentist, so I knew like they can't give me any more because we were talking about dentists here, and all they did was really pull my teeth. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So they were like, no. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in pain. And then like a few days later, I was like, well, I guess I really didn't need them because I'm fine. And it's the medication. It tricks you. It's an ingredient in them that makes you want them more and more and more. Your body needs it. Without it, you can't function. Right. You're in excruciating pain. And, and that's why I say a lot of, when you watch documentaries and you watch movies and you hear people say, this is a disease. This is something that just goes away for a little bit and it comes back. So that's why people for years, they go to AA meetings and DA meetings. And they need this because they need to be able to let it out. They need to be around people who know that feeling. So
I scratched my head. I couldn't believe it. And I'm a pretty strong person.
As a discussion,
pretty strong person.
Oh my God, stop flexing.
So for
here.
that
I can't believe you just did that. Oh my God, what the. So anyway, in our last event, speaking of the situation that we're talking about, in our last event that we had with ProWrestling R, there was another sponsoring company that was Wrestling Recovery.
Wrestling
and Recovery, and it's recovery with a WRE silent letter. And he explained to us, him and his wife are the sponsors, and they explained to us that in the wrestling industry, it is very common for wrestlers to get addicted to these pills, because we're talking about wrestlers who put their bodies on the line every day, whether it be having a show or practicing. You know, they're putting their bodies on the line every day to exposing themselves to getting hurt or making just any simple thing that they can do. That's what they do. That's their profession.
Pain management.
And it's easy for them to get prescribed a opioid. It just is, just because they're in that professionalism. Like, that's what they do. And, it's sad, and it happens, and they need to be able to know that if they do have something that happens this way, they have to have a place to go.
Right.
Where do they go?
Right.
And I think that's such a great thing that he came up with that idea, him and his wife, Wrestling and Recovery, because things like this get overlooked, and then people only see it when it's splattered all over the newspapers and on the screens, and oh my God, this guy's going to recovery, this guy's going to rehab. Like, okay, but how did he really get there? And we know, like, we see him on TV, he wrestles, he's a great professional wrestler. Like, what happened? So before you guys criticize and be like, oh my God, just think about, he's a human being. We're all human. This shit happens.
It does.
All right, I'm done ranting.
All right, folks. So, yeah, like, it's crazy. If you can, make sure you, why not? Why not reach out to Ricardo Rodriguez? Why not send him a tweet? Because you know what? No matter who you are, no matter where you are, how big or how small you are, showing love and support is very valuable, okay? And the crazy thing and the not so crazy thing is that it doesn't matter who you are. That's accepted by anyone, everyone, anywhere. So I encourage you all to send a message of support, all right, for him and for anyone that may be struggling with addiction, all right? All right, so there we have it, folks. It's been a great show. It's been a great week.
It's been a great day.
It's been a great day. ProWrestling R. Make sure you check them out. Seriously. They have a YouTube channel, ProWrestling R. They post their videos on their channel. Check them out. And if you're in the tri-state area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, come down.
Yes, and don't forget to follow, hold on, let me get her Instagram before I say it the wrong way. My Women of Wrestling star
Knallhart.
today, Knallhart. I'm just going to grab her Instagram. Sorry, y'all. Knallhart TB. Oh, I'm sorry. Knallharts. That's KNALLHART_0 on Instagram. Okay, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Follow her. She's amazing. An aspiring professional wrestling woman. And keep it locked, because we have some more exciting interviews coming up.
We got a lot of excitement coming down the pike, folks.
Yes, we are booked. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Mr. Spades, thanks for chiming in. Dangerous Jobbers podcast.
Yes,
as always, such a pleasure.
Yes.
And catch us here. We're probably going to post something for next Sunday. We're going to be moving. All right. So we're going to put together a bunch of videos behind the scenes, kind of like a dark version of the All About Wrestling podcast. So make sure you tune in. Also, check out our community section. If you want your business promoted, hit us up. allaboutwrestlingnow@gmail.com. We're posting images, brand pictures and images in our community section. Follow us on Instagram at All About Wrestling Now, and just keep it locked. All right. Till next time.